Todd Boehly, the billionaire investing in sport, with a different ideology. When Roman Abramovich took over Chelsea in 2003, the club right away flexed their financial muscles, spending stupendously in an unprecedented way and making money rain. By buying a host of new players that cost a total of £120 million that season. The club signed a total of 14 players, which included Adrian Mutu, Juan Sebastian Veron, Glenn Johnson, Wayne Bridge, Joe Cole, Damien Duff, and Herman Crespo. The Premier League had never experienced something like that before, and it looked like it would never happen again. But like they say never. Here we are, 20 years later. Todd Boehly, Chelsea's new owner, has stunned the Premier League and made a heavier money rain. This time surpassing the 2003 record by Roman Abramovich. Since his takeover, Chelsea have signed a total of 17 players, spending a staggering and whooping £553.95 million. A host of footballers have been acquired by the club, which include Raheem Sterling, Joao Felix, Noni Madueke, Carney Chukwuemeka, Mark Cucurella, and Enzo Fernandez, which became the most expensive signing in the Premier League history. Before we go further, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not. You can also like, share and comment. So who is Todd Boehly? He is an American businessman, born on September 20, 1973. He studied business administration at the College of William and Mary and the London School of Economics. According to Forbes, his net worth is around $4.5 billion and is thought to be the 637th richest person in the world. According to Forbes, Boehly and his wife Katie met while they were studying at William and Mary. And the couple have since donated an undisclosed amount of money to their alma mater to build the Boehly Center for Excellence in Finance. Todd Boehly is a part owner of America's Major League Baseball team LA Dodgers. His stake in the club is 20%. He is the owner of the consortium that owns Chelsea. And he is supported by investment firm Clearlake Capital and other partners such as Swiss billionaire Hans-Georg Weiss and Mark Walter. He is a minority stakeholder in the NBA basketball team LA Lakers and the Sparks. How much did Todd Boehly buy Chelsea in 2022? The Todd Boehly-led consortium bought Chelsea from the former Russian owner, Roman Abramovich, in a deal worth £4.25 billion, making it the most expensive acquisition in sport history. The deal became the most expensive for a sports team in history. More expensive than $2.4 billion that hedge fund billionaire Steve Cohen bought the New York Mets baseball team in 2020. Roman Abramovich had bought the club in July 2003 in a £140 million deal from Ken Bates. Ken Bates at Chelsea plc, who bought Chelsea for £1 in 1982. On acquiring the club, Roman Abramovich said, "They are committed to investing in key areas that will extend and enhance Chelsea's competitiveness, including the redevelopment of Stamford Bridge, further investment in the academy, the women's team and Kingsmeadow Stadium," adding they will continue the important work of the Chelsea Foundation. In April 2022, Roman Abramovich was forced to sell the club due to his country's attack on Ukraine. He said after putting the club up for sale, "As I have stated before, I have always taken decisions with the club's best interest at heart." He further said, "In the current situation, I have therefore taken the decision to sell the club, as I believe this is in the best interest of the club, the fans, the employees, as well as the club's sponsors and partners." The Todd Boehly consortium won the bid to buy Chelsea ahead of two other bidders, which included the consortium led by British businessman Martin Broughton, which were also funded by Lewis Hamilton and Serena Williams. The other bidder was a group led by Stephen Paglica, the co-owner of the Boston Celtics. Boehly also faced competition from Britain's richest man Jim Ratcliffe, who entered the bidding at the 11th hour after submitting a bid of £4 billion. The owner of the Ineos company had even reportedly held a meeting with Chelsea chairman Bruce Buck to discuss the takeover, with his bid creating confusion after negotiations had been held with the other three interested parties. But Ratcliffe's offer seemed to have come too late, as Boehly was already given the green light of winning the bid. How did he make his money? In 2015, Todd Boehly co-founded investment company Eldridge Industries, after he completed his tenure as the president of Guggenheim Partners credit business. While working at Guggenheim, he was able to secure assets from Guggenheim that were useful for setting up his own company, Eldridge, which now owns different assets that include some of the rights to Bruce Springsteen's songs, Hollywood Reporter, and sports betting company DraftKings. These are in addition to his minority stake in the US-based NBA team the Los Angeles Lakers and LA Dodgers. Todd Boehly's ideology about the future Premier League. Considering that at the inception, the Premier League was modeled partly on US sports. In 1992, the idea of giving players individual numbers and having their names on the back of their shirts was taken from American sports such as the NBA. It is also worthy to note that US owners have been part of the Premier League for over 2 decades, way before Arab billionaires started buying Premier League clubs. American culture therefore has an influence in the Premier League. Todd Boehly is of the opinion that the Premier League should imitate American sporting leagues and include an all-star game to its season. He said, "Ultimately, I hope that the Premier League takes a little bit of a lesson from American sports and really starts to figure out why wouldn't we do a tournament with the bottom 4 teams, why isn't there an all-star game?" He further said, "You could do a North versus South All-Star game for the Premier League to fund whatever the British soccer pyramid needed very easily." As a result of the fact that the ownership of football clubs by Americans is growing day by day, these owners could at some point push this kind of agenda further and bring about an unwanted drift and cause a split from the tradition and culture of the Premier League. Albeit it could be appealing for football fans in England, as a businessman would think. Todd Boehly also feels these kinds of exhibition fixtures will bring more revenue to the league. Boehly said when questioned on how the other club owners around England felt about the idea, "I think there's a real cultural aspect. I think evolution will come." This is what Todd Boehly has done since taking over the helm at Chelsea. In July 2022, the American billionaire Boehly took over the position after Marina Granovskaya and Petr Cech left in the summer of 2022. In September 2022, Thomas Tuchel was sacked after Chelsea's Champions League defeat to Dinamo Zagreb. After the game, Tuchel said, "I didn't see it coming. Obviously I was in the wrong movie." But those could have been also suitable as his first statement the following morning, as he was shockingly informed by Chelsea's new management that he was being sacked, just 16 months after he led the club to their second Champions League title. On the 8th of September 2022, former Brighton manager Graham Potter was appointed as Chelsea's manager. In January 2023, Todd Boehly stepped down as the Blues' interim sporting director. The club's owners decided to hand over the position to Christopher Vivell and Paul Winstanley. The duo are now overseeing transfer activity. The duo are also referred to as the Director of Global Talent and Transfers. They were joined by Joe Shields, the co-director of Recruitment and Talent, and Lawrence Stewart. At the moment, Boehly is now only Chelsea's chairman, as Vivell and Winstanley will lead the Blues' transfer strategy now. On the field of play, the team has not been doing so well and the pressure has been mounting on Graham Potter, and some fans are already getting frustrated with the direction the club is moving under Todd Boehly's management. Some unhappy Chelsea fans chanted Roman Abramovich and Thomas Tuchel names during their FA Cup defeat to Manchester City in January. Less than a year after Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital completed their £4.25 billion takeover from Abramovich, Chelsea appeared to be unstable. Please subscribe to our channel for more interesting contents and click on the notification button so that you can be notified about our new and exciting contents.